Good morning. Give me a minute. Gotcha. Good morning, everybody. I did not realize what a pain this was setting up by myself. I started relying on somebody, and now let's get to it. Give me a second with the camera. We'll bond in a moment. What we're going to do first is make sure that we're up and running for this data. You're looking for 160, anything under it, we're going to have an issue. So let's see what the data is. We'll go from there. And then we'll go from there. But let me just see one thing, and I'll get the camera going in a minute so we can bond. Having a bad hair day anyway, but not that anybody cares. Let's get to it. ES. Let's just do SPY. We're just going to do SPY. They're still having issues. They're still having power down with their futures numbers. All right, SPY would be great here. Let's go. All right, let's do it. Let's get some numbers. All right, there we go. We got that first bar. Let me get the number out, and then we'll go from there and go trading. Yeah, economics, and then I'll pull it right up, and we're good. 142.42. Huh. Let's go to it. Huh. Middle of the road. Middle. Let me just put this here, and then I'll just say this. Middle of the road. All right, we're going to have to dive into this number. Let's do it. I love when we can do things together. Don't worry, we'll bond, I promise. Just give me a second. We'll flip over here. Who can flip screens? I can. I'm pointing at myself with two thumbs right now, which would be way more impressive if you could say it. But you can see this right in front of us, right? All right, so here's the number, 142. Make sure you can see this clear. Yep, yay. All right, 142. All right, and so what we're going to look for is what exactly, where did these jobs come from? I'm glad you asked. The government decided to go out there and hire 24,000 people, and manufacturing's down, and that's not good. So in other words, we actually, let's just go through this. The consensus was 0. We lost 24,000 manufacturing jobs. To make up for it, the government hired 24,000 people. You can't make this stuff up. You literally can't make this up. And non-farm payrolls came in at 118 and 139. My sense of this is that it's weaker than people expected. Now, if you take out the government jobs and what the government did there, right, and they were looking to add 8, and they tripled what they were going to add. As time goes on and you dig into those numbers, people are going to realize that that's a weak number. And therefore, I would expect the market to sell down. If you take this 8, subtract it out, make it 16, right? You with me? Everyone stay with me. Don't go to the light. And you take 16 off that number, right? Then where are you? Okay. Take 20 off it to make it simple. You're at 122 and you're under that 125. This is not great. See, the government can manipulate this number any way that they want. All they got to do is just go out there and hire people to go, you know, I don't know, whatever government stuff. And you can go from there. And so that's how they manipulate it. As this comes out, I would expect this number to be weak. I would expect things to get weaker as people start to do what I refer to as math and start to figure that out. Hold on one second. We'll start bonding. I get asked all the time about my voice. I was not classically trained. It's just a gift. Yay, bonding. Oh, it's dark. Hold on. Let's get some ambiance. Let's get some. It would have been cooler if that worked. No, that's the disco light. Hold on. Yay. Let's put this on. All right, cool. I think we're good. Yep, we're good. All right, cool. I would expect us to sell down on this, actually. I don't know that we're going to rally on this. So I don't know. I'd be really careful of these. Let's get to some charts, and we'll get on the internets, and we'll get to it here. So let's pull this up. SPY, yay. First thing we're going to do is we're going to monitor this bar, but they inflated the number. Now, are the hoople heads going to care? I don't know. I think they will. I really do. I think they're going to care. Let me shut this door. I do. I think they are going to care, but we'll see. We'll see. So far, it's a non-event. I'm buying non-event about as far as I can throw it, to be honest with you. I think it's good if you wanted to be short and then you wait for it to open, and I think they're going to dump on us. Now, if you start seeing this kind of stuff, this is kind of interesting. You know, that might be the names you might want to watch, that kind of stuff. And seeing if you actually get over or you don't get over. What's up so much? Oh, I should talk about X a little bit here later. Please, sweet Jesus, stop. I swear they play games with me later. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Yep. So they're after that today, aren't they? They were just waiting for that to happen. And then they get after it.
Order partially filled.
Let's see how this goes here.
Order filled.
Stay with me. Don't go to the light. All right, let's take a look. What the heck's going on here? All right, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to watch this really closely. You're going to get up there? Stay with me 1 second. Come on, you can do it. Give me 1 second, guys.
Order partially filled.
Okay, good. It's a nice way to start the morning. You're going to want to watch that. If you get through 235, that's going to go. So you might want to watch that. But you got to watch 235 there. Where do they hide them? I don't know. Maybe they got a chocolate factory. Look at that mug. That is a beautiful mug. Look at this mug. I mean, that mug's majestic. Is that going to work? It should have worked. Copy. Paste. Look at this. Is that going to? Why aren't you working? Why won't you work? I don't know. Hold on. With the ADD's alive and well today, isn't it? Hold on. There it goes. Is that going to work now? There it is. That's a majestic mug. Look at that. That might be the best mug ever. Look at the froth. Who's got froth? He does. All right, let's get to it. I would watch this level. I'd watch that 235 level really closely and go from there. I would. I think you can get through that today. I think that you got I think he positioned himself well, is what I think people are thinking personally. Let's get to some of these other levels. I don't know why I'm still delayed. They're telling me they're having a system-wide problem. It's sure not the $5. But no, I shouldn't even say that because now you guys will just bust on me. But I'm just going to go through the SPY and do it that way for now. All you want to do is watch that level. For now, you're trading up. I truly am not buying what they're selling here at all on that. So I'm not really buying it at all. Give me a second here. 1 second. I just gotta make sure I got this set up right. But I'm not really buying it. I think you're gonna trade up today. I think you might start to roll later. I don't know that you're gonna get a relief rally on this number. I'll take a bunch of questions today, and then we'll go from there. But I think you're gonna roll here. I really do. Look at that. That didn't take long to end, did it? So let's see what happens here. Man, this thing's all over the place.
Order partially filled.
Yeah, that's it.
Order filled.
All right. I do a trade here. Give me a second. Let me see. What are you doing? Yeah. No real ump there. Not feeling it anymore. Not feeling that anymore. I think you have to see how you open here, guys, and go from there. This is really frustrating. I might just use it. I'd use my other system, but that's not going to help you guys. So I'm just going to stay with this. I'd watch this level. I mean, that's really suspect. Like, that's like cheesy. It's so cheesy to do that, but they do it, and people don't know. I'm going to take a bunch of questions because I have the time. I will say this. I'm going to start here. I don't think that X deal is anywhere near done. And not even close. So that's where my head is. Kava coming in a bit. What else you got? SPY Q, you're sideways. Let's look at GIS and CME. You know, let's look at all of them. Let's do them all. So if I look at names like this, I really think this is where you need to be candid. I think that people are going to be, I really think that people are going to be in a position where they're not getting some of these names. Like, this stuff works. Like, well, here's Kellanova getting bought out over $1. But what I'm looking for is Kellogg still around? Or are they someone else? There it is, K. I thought I typed in K. Kellogg? Are they around anymore? Or are they done now? Did Kellogg become someone else? I think that might have become someone else. I'll just stick with General Mills. Oh, what's the other one I want? Is it Heinz? Is Heinz still around? Or did they go too? Yeah, they're a craft company, right? This kind of stuff is what you want to look at. Staples, anything like that. Like, look at this. But wait, there's more. Like something like this, you want to watch. Costco, they actually had decent numbers yesterday. Here, watch. But wait, please stop. Wow, Costco's $9.75. I'm not surprised by that. Everyone's going to take their targets up on this. I mean, people are waiting in line at their stores. It's kind of crazy, but whatever. I would watch this level right here, this 866 level. I like that a lot. I really do. But I would look at those kinds of names, the GISs of the world. Yeah, I mean, this is this kind of stuff you're looking at buying now, and you're leaving alone, dude. Like, you don't even want to bother with it. You just, Goldman came out and said, start looking at stable growth. They gave me they created a whole list of them, right? Like here, there's got to be a way, if you know how, comment on this video and I'll read it, how I can show you guys watch lists and post them on TradingView so you guys can see some of the stuff that I create. But they broke it down by like sector, and these were like the consumer discretionary ones that they liked. What you'll see is the majority of them they're just staples. Like, they're just consistent growers. I don't get this at all. This I get. AutoZone, I get a lot. I mean, AutoZone makes just a ton of sense. AutoZone to me is one of those names, like when you start talking about this stuff, like, look at this from 21 on. you're like, why did you sell it? Like when was the right time to sell AutoZone? Never. When people think Eddie Lampert's a moron. Okay. Meanwhile, they're in the mom's basement eating Hot Pockets. But I do think that you want to create a list of names that have stable growth. The other list that I would create are dividend growers, like MDT, Johnson & Johnson, Exxon. I think that that's another good list to look at. But the GIS, John, yeah, I mean, these are definitely names that you should be looking at. They're names I should be looking at this too, hands down. Other names that I would be focused on, like CME, yeah, because the volatility is going to go up, so they're going to buy puts. People are realizing that. Names like CME 100%, these are names you want to look at. There are other names in that space too, like CBOE that you want to watch. And then you want to watch ICE, Intercontinental Exchange, and I'll show you. Like you want to look at all those. Like all three of those are they're going to make a boatload of money. So they're just all positioned very, very well. They just are. I also think you should be looking at the industrials on these pullbacks. I think you should. I think you should be looking at the John Deere's of the world and that stuff on the pullbacks. Maybe not day one, maybe day two, that kind of stuff, but I do. I think you should be looking at that. And I think you should be going from there. I really do. I think that's I think it's pretty important to focus on. But again, what I would really watch here is this and saying, are we going to get through this? Are we not going to get through this? And then kind of go from there. My sense of it is that you're not going to get through it. But let's go. Kava, I'm not buying $70 salad. You're going to notice every day I make the salad more expensive. You did come down there to this. Chris is doing macro. I think I'm going to cry. I'm so proud. That was your level. There was your flip right there. So I think if you were trying to do it and catch it there, I think you missed it if you're not in. I wouldn't be here twisting in the wind trying to catch that now, because this was kind of perfect. There's the 12. Here you are, right? I saw that yesterday. It wasn't my kind of trade, and I don't like the action in the market. We did this for a swing trade. I'm going to walk through this because I think these are the kinds of trades people need to be doing right now. I'm going to walk through it in great detail tomorrow, and I'm going to make a video out of it. But see how this is trying? But here's my thought on all this. This is exactly why I didn't short anything, because I thought they would do this. But anyway, here's my thought on this, and I think this is how you have to look at it. You got to take it when you have it. So we bought this here, right around here, 220, 221, like in that area. Into all this, I'm getting out of a lot of it. Options, everything. Because I don't want these big moves. I want to build, and I'm not building. They're just ripping into retail. So I would keep that really cautious with any new trade you're doing, John. If you take anything away from today, take that. Hi, Lisa. Happy Friday. Now, the numbers were okay. They weren't great. I actually think it's even worse for SMCI, to be honest with you. I have no position in it anymore. I closed my short because it shows like there's just no growth. So are they going to have to restate? I don't know. They said no material misstatement, but are they just full of crap? I know it's different businesses. I get that. I know you shouldn't compare apples to oranges, but I did. So there it is. I think it's worth there. I do. I do. And, I say things about the current administration on the non-farm payroll side. They all do it, guys. I mean, Reagan was famous for it. So look at that. TLT, huh? I kept getting asked back here, are you still in that TLT trade? Over and over again. Harassed. Over and over. Yes, I am. All right, what else you got? I would be looking at the XLF today and seeing how they respond to this. I think the XLF is a better indication of how this is going to go. I also think you could look at like the US 2-year And that'll tell you what they think of this. What do they think of this? They're telling you what they think of it, right? So what happened at 8:30? Get rid of my lines. Not that anybody asked, but there it is. What happened at 8:30? Right? Do you think they bought bonds? So they know what that number actually means. Bond market's significantly smarter than the stock market, guys. Much easier to read because you don't have the hoople heads in there. There it is again, hoople heads. AVGL wasn't great. It just wasn't great. It was okay. I mean, that's what I put in the letter yesterday. But 10 points, not great. I mean, you know, you're earning, let's call it $4 that you're going to earn, and you're at $145. Should you be there? Should you really be here? You know, if you're going to earn $1, right, over and over again, you know, you're going to earn $4. 4 times 40 is $1.60. Should you really be here? See, I can argue that these things should trade at 30 times. Like, I can make that argument all day. To me, I don't care about that, right? Some people say, oh, it should be 20. You're never going to get 20 for real companies. Costco's at 55. But if you say, if you're going to have this kind of growth, you're not growing, man. Like, you're pulling AMD nonsense, right? There's no growth. So where's the growth? It's not there. So it's a real issue. That number is much worse than people think it is. And I think that that's going to be reflective later in the day. That's my sense of it. So, you know, it is what it is, but let's just keep watching and seeing what they do. But I think they're going to sell it down. Just my opinion, but we'll see. Good morning from Miami. Where's my good morning from Houston? Are you not in Houston? CLX looks great. CL looks great. I mean, there's nothing to do here, like nothing. I hope it pulls back and you just buy it and leave it alone. I mean, all these names look fantastic. You know, everyone's like, oh, it went down. I'm like, stocks go down. But anything like this, I think that like the KREs of the world, the GPSTs of the world, that's where my head would go this morning. But I would be leaning towards the fade. I really would. And, you know, we'll see. I don't know how much of this is priced in, but that's kind of where my head is. So we'll see how it goes. What do you got for us? CLX looks good. They all look good. What's up, Albino? I am going to have to start jumping at 9, so I'll start going a little faster. MBB. I don't like the gaps like that. That kind of stuff always bothers me. What else you got for me? RSPU. You can. I mean, I don't know why would I do this over. Why would I do this over utilities? Yeah, August manufacturing was way off. Awesome. Like it was way off. You're 100% right on that. What else you got for me here? EWP. You see, this kind of stuff I like a lot. People like Spain a lot. I know a lot of people that are moving to Spain. Marabella, is that it? Somewhere around there? I've never been there. I like that. I really do like that. I do. I like that a lot. I'm trying to figure out the best way to see if it's not going to be false. That's why I'm quiet. I think if we use rate of change, it might be helpful. Don't I have that set up with one? There it is. So yeah, I would want to see this accelerate, I think, before getting involved. So rate of change will tell you a lot, right? And here's what I don't like. I'll show you what I don't, because like, so you never know with this stuff, but you see like this from here over, and you see how the rate of change is declining. Now you could make the argument it's doing the same thing here, and it is to some extent. See that right there? What's up? To share the matches with the pizza, choose share list, copy the link, and share it on Discord. Yeah, but how do I share it on? Is there a way to share it? This guy Eric's trying to explain this to me. How do I share it on my trading view, like profile page, so people could just click and get it, right? Because I did ask if anyone knows how to make sectors on TradingView. Nobody responded, so I'm assuming that the company's right when they told me I can't do what I want to do. I reached out to them. Here's my issue with this is that I'm not following on the rate of change. So like I can look at RSI as well and go like this right here. And I can already tell you like that's not aligning perfectly, right? So my issue would be I'd want to see more. I'd want to see more oomph before I got involved, I guess is the best way to say it. I like that out of all the ideas you presented. I love decade breakouts. Like I love them. You just had one in like GE the other day. And they're actually doing me a huge favor. Like, watch this. Here, I'll show you. I'm going to clean all this off because it didn't break out, which is exactly what I want because I want the opportunity to buy it cheaper. Like these don't stop. Like your Spain idea is not going to stop, right? It's a question of when. Wow, it's almost 9 o'clock already. But see this like right here, like that's a 22-year breakout. So when I overlay something like that with this, like the rate of change, and what rate of change is how fast is it changing? Pardon me. And you see how I'm over here? See how that's over on that pop, right? Tell me that the rate of change is accelerating. Therefore, the probability of this going over this multi-decade level is higher. See how it's making the higher lows? And then if you go to this, see how it's not doing that? You see how it's going, right? You're getting what? Lower highs, right? And that's why I spent so much time on it because this kind of stuff, like when you do this, like you have my attention, like this type of stuff's awesome. So we just want to kind of watch that there and kind of go from there. So, it is what it is. I like that idea, the EWP. Good morning in Thai. Okay, I could say good morning. D-ton, I'm not even going to do it. Yeah, they're all over Amazon. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why. I know they're crushing like Walgreens. Like Walgreens is their next thing. I would be really careful, man. Like I'm just going to tell you something. Like when I have this up and I have this up by, accident right now, rate of change. If I've got a weekly declining rate of change that's negative and it's going down and the stock's going up, it depends on your time frame. We're trying to get through the day with these kinds of talks, right? Not swing. Maybe we should have like a swing trade day where we do this, or I should do like a swing trade day post day instead of all the day trading stuff, because it's only really like 25 to 35% of what I do. The real money I make is like swing trading long term. I just hit singles with the day trading stuff. But like, see how this is cracking on the weekly on Amazon, and this is rate of change. Like, rate of change tells you so much. It's impossible to have a negative rate of change and your stock consistently go up. One of two things has to happen. The rate of change either has to turn positive or this is coming back down. It's just, if you just think about it logically, there's no way the rate of change can stay negative and the stock go up. It just does not work that way. See, like how this just like reversed here and then you dropped, or even this, right? Like, it's just a matter of time before you're going to roll. And then you held here, but even here, as you got weaker and weaker, like, it's just a matter of time before it's going to crack, right? Like, you don't want to be buying breakouts with the rate of change on the weekly pointing like negative like that. This is exactly what I was talking about. This turned into a whole lesson, didn't it? But you see what I'm talking about here, Jacob? So like watch. Come on, work with me. In for a penny, in for a pound this morning, right? But you see how you're flat here and that's going up? I know it's 9 o'clock. I know. I wasted my time. I got it. And now this thing will pop up and stay up and annoy me for some reason. But you see how you're negative here and how this is positive? Like, and so people are buying that breakout into a negative divergence on, like, they're hit. Like, it's never going to last. It might last for like a day or two and they might make money, but I probably should have looked at this candidly. I did this trade. Watch, I bet you it's here too. So I did this trade here where I got all giddy like a schoolboy, and I bought Netflix on this pop, right? But look, I could have told you that this pop could have failed if I spent more time, right? But I'm too busy yammering on. But you see this? Like, see how you're here? Like, that's telling you that these things are probably going to fail, right? So I would look at that, Jacob, because the way you look at things. I'll take a couple more, then I'm going to bounce. I'm going to have to. But AVAH, I can't buy AVAH. I can't get in or out of it, dude. I tried. TTD I want to do. So this kind of name, I'm going to get rid of this to not confuse people. As long as you can hold in here and hold that level and you're willing to take that risk, I think you have something there. What's up, Sam? Happy Friday. People in Minnesota are so nice. I had a friend that moved to New York, and he was from there. CRC. I like bright spots. Huh. That's interesting. There's got to be news. That's very interesting. Anything that does that kind of thing yesterday, you want to pay attention to. 100% cap. We're going live. YOLO, dude. I'm all about that YOLO life. What's up, money? Good morning from the Bronx. Well, rule number one is never talk negative about space phones, or Mill will get angry. But let's go through this and take a look at this, right? What do you say? You can't break it. You're trying. They're trying. They're trying. But you're not breaking it. You're at a decision time now. So what you do with this kind of thing is like you kind of overlay it like this, right? And I'm going to have to go here in a couple seconds, guys. But I don't see that we're oversold. I see that hourly bar has you in an hourly bar. So what I might want to do is go to the 4 hour and see if I see anything that I could work off of sooner. And you kind of do have something. So what you could do if like I don't like anything about this setup, but if you wanted to try it, what you're really doing is saying, okay, can I flip right here? And if I do, am I willing to use 26.91 as my stop? That's what you're doing there. If this gets ugly today, and this can still get ugly, guys, just because you're bidding up right now, don't think that it can't get ugly. Okay? it can get ugly today. I actually think they're bidding us up to lure in retail, and then they're going to rug pull. That's where my head is. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last. So that's kind of where my head is. You got to look at names like that, Cap. Let's get to this. I would look at that level, brother. Go from there. It's probably a late start. I don't know, dude. I actually think it's going up because he aligned himself with the other candidate. That's how I'm just going to refer to them from now. So people don't get angry. He really is. What's up, Journal? I'm up 5. You guys are killing me. Bum, 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 bum. You gotta watch Deadwood for the hoop as well. Yeah, Mike. You gotta watch Deadwood. Creative accounting is a great way to say it. Would you look at the ticker RS, please? Why'd you do this to me? Why? Why am I looking at this? If you're short, congrats. You need to hold here, dude. You know that already, though, right? You're probably long and you're probably down in it. And you probably know where the peak VWAP is and how you've been unable to break that, right? So you would know to be watching those levels right there, right? Like that would definitely be something that would be a concern of yours if you were long this, right? Because you can't get above peak VWAP. You can't get above your 12, your 22, and your 55, right? So that's probably a concern for the people that are long. And they probably wouldn't want to see it take out the low of that bar if they were long. I wouldn't think. That's kind of where my head is with it. But I don't know if you're long or short. Bougie Chipotle. Is that how they pronounce it? Chipotle? X going to give it to you. I could spend a lot of time on that, John. I mean, the bottom line is I think there's a floor there. I think there's a real floor there. I did a lot of work on that yesterday. A lot. Because I love when things are misunderstood. Just like Elvis Costello. I don't know, dude. Maribel, is that it? I've never been there. Was it? It's booming, right? Yeah, I have friends there. Like where are you going? Apparently, like their seasons are different than here. I don't know. Jets should do really well. That's actually a really smart idea. So they benefit greatly from oil. I signed up for the wait list a couple of times over the past few weeks and I got an email. Yeah, everybody should get an email because I'm raising the price, because of demand, and just a little. But I also did quarterly and annually because I'm sick of having people that aren't committed. It's a very committed community. If you're there for like the hot idea, you're gonna waste your time. I'm not suggesting that you are. I'm just speaking out loud. Brendan, send me an email, dude, because you should have got one. I thought I went through everybody. It's possible that I'm missing. It's very I'm not the most organized person with it. And I apologize. So it's very possible that I missed somebody. So let's do this. Let me put this. All right. So there's the email. I just put the email scrolling on the bottom. Just watch this and you'll see it. Arete@aretetrading.net. Just email me and I will make sure that you get an invitation that I did. And we'll go from there. 3 seasons, dude. I can't believe that they ended it. I just finished it again last night. Oh, he nailed it, dude. I think it was like $4. Was it 2? He nailed that. Nailed it. He might be the greatest character ever created He really might be the greatest character ever created on HBO that they ever created. D-Knit, did you want donut? Donut. It's finally getting it together, huh? It's turning. I have no volume. Don't get guys that have never spoken out of the community. No, it's not that. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm still in it. Yeah, Brandon messaged me, dude. Pan, there's something to look at. Pan, you're in Tampa? Tampa's beautiful. That was one of the places I looked at. Tampa is beautiful. A lot of people from Miami are moving to Tampa. Pan, I think you gotta be careful with everything tech here. You can't push your watch list there, right? All right, I gotta jump, guys, super late. Have a great weekend. Trade to win.